10. The number 10. As in, we give our show a 10. Hello, everybody. Boys, girls, guys and ghouls, dribblers and nibblers alike. I am Bilbo Saggins. I am here, of course, with my co-host, MaryLynn Bast, and our very special guest, Nick Sarlo from Paranormal Sniffing Tracks. So we're very excited for that. Now, before we get started, sharing is, of course, caring. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Make sure that we share this out to all of our friends, family, and even our enemies.
There you go.
You know they're watching.
Live, yes, for some jelly beans. Perfect. There we are. Caviar. Okay, now we should start getting people in. Again, sharing is caring. And our incredible guest, Nick Sarlo, Paranormal on the Tracks. As you can see in his background, he's got some tracks. And we don't mean like the tracks, right? You're not a former drug addict or anything, right? That's not like
no.
Okay,
No.
Perfect.
Away from that.
Wanted to make sure because I didn't want to trigger you, so that's great. So now, last time we had talked, you had mentioned how you were really into Attila the Hun. So I decided to. I was like, you know what, we're going to enlighten. We're going to enlighten the subject, and we're going to learn a little bit more about one of your favorite historical figures. So what was it about Attila that really you just kind of connected with?
I don't know. I mean, he was really good at night at the museum.
Fantastic. Yeah, he was great.
The only thing I know about Attila the Hun. So I don't know where any of this comes from. So audience, you are confused just as I am.
So actually, I bring up Attila the Hun for a reason. So we've been talking a lot about hey, James, Lacey, we will get you some jelly beans.
She says she doesn't like jelly beans.
Oh, okay, but you'll take a shot next time. Okay, that'll work. So we were talking a lot about serial killers and stuff. So Attila the Hun was he was he was really brutal. He was known for his severe brutality in battle. And in fact, there were very few battles that he lost. He only lost really two. One was Constantinople. Now we're talking 450 AD, or BC, excuse me. Or no, AD, just to give you an idea. And the other one was a place called, I think it was called Chenault, Carnell. But now today it's modern day Paris. So the Romans and the Parisians, I guess they got together and basically beat his ass. Mm-hmm. But it's to this day is considered one of the world's most bloodiest battles to have ever happened. Is right there in Paris. I've been to Paris once and it was awful, and I've never had any desire to go back until I heard that, because that just makes me wonder, so much. There's been so many wars like that. You got all this stuff from World War I, all the stuff from World War II, Napoleon. Gosh, now I kind of want to go back,
Mm-hmm.
With a different mindset this time.
Yeah, I'm going to focus less on the stink, and more on the kink. So
So Nick, with that, you want to tell us about yourself or that?
Sure. And the fact that I like Attila the Hun, apparently. No, I'm I'm Nick Sarlo with Shadow Hunters Paranormal Investigation and Events. I've been investigating the paranormal for about 23 years now with my team, Shadow Hunters. And we just go around and we, try to find. Hello, Mike. We find proof of the evidence. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, and we do it in a different way. We have 2 new shows that we work with. We have Paranormal on the Tracks, which is brand new, which is our YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Kind of like they're very shorter type shows, like anywhere from like 2 to 3 minutes. And then we have something brand new that we're working on, which I'll explain a little bit later in the show. But I mean, mostly we film and we have a good time. We go to different paranormal events and stuff like that, and we love meeting new people. That's a lot of the reason why we do the ghost hunting stuff too. Is meeting new people and getting to share ideas on paranormal investigations and what people believe, what people don't believe, and anything like that.
Why?
Why what?
I mean, like, why is it called to you?
Well, probably because of my paranormal experience that I had when I was about 18. That's kind of what started everything. If I didn't have that paranormal experience,
and have you show us where, or
what was it?
Do we need to get like a doll and have you like point?
Well, here's the thing: no dolls. I hate dolls with a passion.
No
really? Dolls.
Okay.
So that's the other thing. So Bill Walter from Broadhead, he always tries to get dolls in on me and all that. I can't do dolls. I hate dolls with a passion. They're just creepy. We actually met the real Annabelle doll in Connecticut. We went to the Warren's Paracon that they had out there for the first one, and they had all the haunted items and everything, and there was Annabelle. And I was just brave enough. I was like, look, I just want to take a picture with you. That's it. And then I got the hell right out of that room.
That was it.
As quick as possible.
You didn't try to like break Annabelle out, take her to like a Dairy Queen, have a night on the town, party?
It was planning, but it kind of fell through.
Okay. Maybe some recreational drugs, nothing too hard.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
We were actually thinking Taco Bell, not Dairy Queen, but
oh, there you go. That's great. You can never go wrong with a beefy 5-layer burrito.
So you can tell Mike is feeling better.
Yes, I am. I'm definitely feeling better. I was pretty beat up there for a couple of days.
More like a couple weeks.
It's going.
Yeah, well, it really was a couple of weeks. Yeah, that sucked. Yeah. So you have this thing with dolls. You had a paranormal experience when you're 18 that did not have anything to do with dolls. You weren't. It wasn't like a weird, inappropriate, paranormal touch. So what happened?
So what ended up happening is this girl that we knew, she had passed away in a car accident, and when she had passed away, I don't know, it really hit me. And my experience happened about 6 months after her wake and her funeral and everything. I was sitting in my room and I was just watching TV, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it got completely cold in my room, like to the point where you can almost see your breath. Like it was pretty cold. And then all of a sudden, all these thoughts of Jackie were going through my mind and everything we used to do, we used to say and everything. And then while this was going on, I felt the classic hand on my shoulder, like a touch. And then while this was going on, I wasn't freaked out or anything like that. I was very calm. Like there was really no emotion. There was no nothing. I wasn't scared. And then as soon as it came, it was gone. So it lasted like maybe 20 seconds. And then after that, it was just gone, back to being super hot because it was in July when it happened. And after that moment, I was like, what the hell was that? I gotta go find and see what that was.
You actually said something that was interesting to me. You said that they had passed on. And what's interesting about that is I think like when you eat food, they say you've passed gas. So, I mean, which lends to me that it is, in fact, like a food spirit leaving your body. Right? I mean, it only makes sense.
I guess you can put it that way. So farts are the ghosts of our food.
That's it.
Ghost of the cow that we ate.
That's
there you
it.
go. Or the beans from Taco Bell.
That's
Right.
What should say? I had something similar happen to me at the Savannah Theater. Felt like someone put an ice pack on my shoulder. Dang. See, I've never had people like say they got touched. MaryLynn in Yorktown had mentioned, she got her hair pulled, and not in like a weird kinky way. And I was like, I've never experienced something like that physical, I guess, at least in my older years that I can
Other than your zipper being broken.
Yeah, but I mean, it happened so fast that it wasn't like I didn't feel it like grab me, right? It just kind of like flew off, right? Like it wasn't like something like grabbed me, like hands. I mean, I did get that scratch though. But again, at the same time, you had said it felt like a hand. It felt like somebody grabbing you.
Right.
And she was like, it felt like an ice pack. When I got scratched, I just was like, oh, I'm scratched. I didn't feel it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
When you felt your hair get pulled, it was like in real time. I've never had that in real time. There's something on me. You know what I mean? Other than like maybe a bug or like some lady's eyelash that came unglued, glue onto my shoulder.
That could be your next thing. Your eyelashes are going to get torn off or something.
Felt a heating pad at Bleckley on my shoulder. It felt like
because it's either hot or like extremely cold.
Hey, Bree. Yeah, so I guess So no, why is that, MaryLynn? you're a psychic with rocks and stuff. Why is it? Why do you have some people experience it as hot and some people experience it as cold?
I honestly couldn't tell you. For me, it's just probably the energies that are able to put out. And in the cold, for me, it's like I get more interactions in the cold than I do in the heat. So I don't know if that has something to do with how they generate. So I don't know.
Well, and that's something else too. My dogs are loving the conversation, loving
it. They want to participate.
They do. Why the cold? Why is it that? Do you think that ghosts tend to be more active in the cold, or do you think it's just that when we're hot, we don't pay as much attention?
They could be. So
because, heat is I'm talking here. Heat is the aggravation of particles, aka energy, right? And cold, it tends scientifically is a lack of interaction. So no energy. So I would think that would mean the hotter it would be, the more likelihood you would have for an interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, though, with it being hot, I think because your body is hot as well and you're not paying as much attention to getting touched and things like that, maybe, I don't know. I've just always had more interaction whenever it's cold.
What about you, Nick?
There was
big Nick energy.
There was a point where we went to a long time ago. We went to a cemetery when it was -15 out, and we had captured some of our best evidence when it was that cold outside.
Really?
Mm-hmm. How? I don't know, but it does make more sense with heat, causing more energy. But then how come it's like some people are like, oh, I felt a cold chill or whatever, like. If cold isn't really energy, why are we feeling chills then? Not.
That's a good point. And another really interesting point is, it's like this fabric here, right? So this fabric here is made entirely of, molecules, right? This is in fact energy in physical. Hello. Okay. All right. Hi. Okay. Thank you.
Loki.
Yeah. So this is in fact. Okay. Bye. So this is basically a physical representation of energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more energy, right, the thicker the carpet.
More solid, yes.
What if it's the same way? Basically, the less energy, the thinner the veil.
That's a big possibility.
That could be too.
Right? Mm-hmm. Meaning that now with that less energy, meaning it's easier basically to see through because there's less interactions, less things interacting in our way.
Mm-hmm.
Making it easier for them to communicate, to come through, and for us to basically be able to witness, I guess.
Yeah, Crystal, I'm in Illinois, so it's a little
on that side. Right? How cool would that be to go and visit where they're from?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that that's where portals come from. I've never seen a portal. I wouldn't mind. Like, I mean, that'd be a really cool interaction. But here's the thing: let's say you do go through the portal. Do you think any of our electric stuff or any of that would actually work inside because of all the energy that it's being drained? I mean, think about it, if they can drain our cell phones, if they can drain our cameras, lights, all that kind of stuff, like maybe it just
gets sucked right through that veil.
Yeah. So,
well, and that's to where I actually do see portals, and I see them, when you look out and heat coming up off the pavement, you see those wavy lines. That's how I see the portals.
Okay. That's what I've heard other people say as well.
And saying that you've never seen a portal is not necessarily true, because we've just had a conversation about, a food spirit being a fart. Therefore, it would be passing through your own dark portal.
But he wouldn't see it.
Well, you can get a mirror. You can look down there, just shave first, or you're not going to see anything.
Jesus Christ.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. It's like
Robert wants to know if we're having a webinar about investing in early retirement.
Oh, really? For early retire. I thought you said retardment. But retirement, that makes way more sense. So, but I mean, so I wonder if there is so it's tough because we use all these devices, right? Mm-hmm. These energy-based devices to detect. But at the same time, if it is in fact a lack of energy that allows us to see them, the devices themselves would then be counterintuitive, right? Which would be why batteries get drained, things malfunction, get turned off. So it's hard finding, I guess, that sweet spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why a lot of times, like what we do when we go on investigations, we'll use some equipment like REM pods and all that kind of stuff, but we use ourselves a lot of the time too, because I feel like
that's technically prostitution.
Chills, goosebumps, and all that too. Like, like you have different feelings and stuff like that. But I feel like, and one, it's a good way to save money on batteries because batteries are expensive. But two, like I don't know, it's better to kind of go into a location and just kind of have at it type of thing, So
I'm gonna pick your brain on this a little bit more, Nick. Have you seen Stranger Things?
I have.
Okay, they kind of had this concept, and it's not like it's a new concept really, but and they called it the Upside Down, where one of the kids, he gets trapped in basically the reverse side of everything, and he can't be seen. He doesn't really have a way of communicating, but he does find out that he can, in essence, create a way to communicate. So he finds a way to basically move energy over.
Right, with the lights.
So I mean, maybe there's an answer hidden in there, and we need a device that basically, instead of us powering it, finding a way for them to power it.
There you go. That
right?
Makes sense.
It's hard because you have to think different, because it's quite obvious that if there is that fail, their energy or how they use it or what they use is different than what we use.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're Energizer over here. They're straight up, copper whatever. Copper tone. No, that's the low.
That's the suntan lotion.
Still works.
But the thing is, over here, we actually need to find a portal first. On this side.
Again, I refer to the mirror.
You can find the portals, but you really can't go through.
Is there a reason why we can't go through, though?
Because we are a solid mass.
Mm-hmm.
But that's to where you can astral travel and stuff like that in your dreams, but that's your inner body, your inner energy that is traveling.
Could you fart through a portal?
Jesus Christ.
Well, you know what? Let's test that next time I see one.
We're going to. Oh, I'm so proud.
Wait. Here's the thing. You might be able to, because you know those cameras where you can see heat?
Yeah.
Yes.
The flare cameras. We have farted and you see it come out. So that's energy right there. So you never know.
You never know. Oh. And here's another interesting, I guess, just to throw an extra little wrinkle in there. Oh, sure. Yep. Let's go ahead and take our moment to do Spirits with Spirits. I have my Buchanan's Pineapple.
You're driving me to drink, Mike.
What's that?
Said you're driving me to drink.
Ah, yeah.
My fireball.
Hello, Brenda. It is time for Spirits with the Spirits. Ron, I know you're in here. What you drinking, buddy? I just freaking love goats, okay?
Spirits to the Spirits.
This is Spirits. Yahtzee! Whew! But it does true, Crystal. It shows up. So another wrinkle. We're really looking at things basically as a coin and that there are two sides, right? Mm-hmm. But the reality is, I think it's a little more complicated because we haven't brought up Bigfoot, Fae, and the fact that, there is a very large community that believe that they come from also an alternate universe, dimension, reality. Basically, that there is a veil or a portal that they can go between. Now, I feel if there is any type of portal that we as human individuals would be able to cross through, it would be one of those.
Well, that's what I mean. If Bigfoot is, a solid mass, how come we can't?
Right. But now instead of looking at it like this and we're crossing this way, now it's kind of like a triangle, right? So one can go this way, one can go this way, but one can't go this way. So this is where things start to get weird. As if they weren't weird before.
Here's something I want to bring up, and especially this, like Mary, maybe you can help me out with this.
Fine, Nick.
I mean, it has a lot to do with, like portals and stuff like that. I've had a reoccurring dream. Mike, don't say anything. I've had a reoccurring dream where I'm always at this like haunted location. I've never been there before. I don't know where it is, what it is, but there's always the same people with me, and it's not my paranormal team either, which is weird. But we always see this door that's in front of us, and there's pillars. There's always 4 pillars on each side. Doesn't matter what haunted location we're at. There's always 4 pillars on each side.
How many team members are with you?
There's always 6.
Okay.
There's always 6 people.
Are any of them incredibly handsome? That could be me.
Including me. Okay. Would be 6 total. But every time we go, we always look, we're like, okay, it's finally time to go through this door. But then we always hear like, don't go through. That's the scariest thing you will ever see. It's very haunted in there. Don't go through. Don't go through. And every time we're about to go through, I wake up. And I've had the same dream for like, I don't know, like 4 years. I mean, not like in a row or anything like that, but like it's been constant.
So to me, that symbolizes you trying on the paranormal, you are reaching for that. You're trying to learn what is on the other side. So it's coming out in your dreams. So you haven't quite got there. So with you opening that door, you've also got intuition. You're a sensitive. So you feel things and you know that it's there. So once you open that door, you're actually going to be opening up your gifts. You're going to be able to see more, hear more, and all that. So once you start working on that door, one of your dreams probably coming up soon is actually going to be open just a little bit, so you'll be able to peek inside.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. What if you opening the door is you being in real life? What if there's nothing more scary than living right now?
That could be.
It's like the Matrix.
But the thing is, I mean, I feel I'm living a pretty good life right now. You know,
starting from your portal.
But I don't know. It's weird, and the thing is, I've never seen these people either that are with me. I've never seen them. But my thing is, what's with the pillars too?
So the pillars are just for the steady for the foundation of it, and you know that it's holding it up. So the people that are around you, have you ever connected with your spirit guides?
Well, Sigmund Freud would say they're probably wieners.
Once or twice I have, but that's it.
Okay, so for me, normally those are a couple of them could be your spirit guides representing themselves in your dreams, trying to get your attention. But it's something that people have multiple. I don't know how many you have because I haven't connected with you, but I've seen people have 6, 7, 8, 9, spirit guides, but each one of them is different for a reason. So you could have 6 different spirit guides. So are you able to see their faces? 5. Are you able to see their faces?
It's kind of like I can see their faces, but then it's like blurred over at the same time.
Okay. Those are your spirit guides.
Okay.
So you can actually, for me, I control dreams. Whenever I'm dreaming, I can actually say, I want to be able to talk to them. So when you're going to sleep, you can kind of do a meditation and make it to where you are saying, I want to do this dream again, but I want to speak to my team members. I want to speak to my guides. Put that in your head, and that's where you're going to start being able to control that and be able to make that move forward.
Nick, do you dream in color?
In color?
Yeah, I know that sounds like a weird thing, but I just learned that the majority of people who dream do not dream in color.
In a lot of dreams I've seen color. I have seen color.
Anybody?
Mine is vivid color.
I dream in color. I didn't know that there was a non-colored version. That just sounded weird to me. Is there anybody in the chat that does not dream in color?
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, right?
That's interesting.
Maybe we are, Jess. Maybe we freaking are. But I think the reality is there is no simple solution. There was a town in Indonesia that the entire town had gotten sick. They didn't know why, they didn't know how, and a doctor had showed up and basically started trying to figure out what the problem was. Basically, at the end of the day, he did all of these little things, but not one of those little things on their own created a solution, but together they did. So basically, he accidentally made a cure for what their issues were. And I think it's the same thing. It's not going to be one. There is not one simple answer. I think it's a lot of these little coincidences and a lot of these little answers that basically cultivate that put together this giant jigsaw. For example, Nick, have you ever looked and studied into? I know you're big on Attila the Hun, but have you ever looked into the Anunnaki?
No.
No? We can just end the show.
I know. We are done.
The Anunnaki were basically these Sumerian godlike figures, and some people believe they may have even come from space, and they were They believe they were like 20 to 30 to 40 feet tall, just these incredible beings of power and might. And something happened, obviously, and they all must have passed away from something or other. But
or they got on their spaceship and left.
Or maybe they got called like a UF Uber. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. But I mean, that's a whole.
Could it be a UF Uber?
Yeah, UF Uber. UF Uber.
UF Uber.
I like UF Uber. UF Uber. But I think that's just a whole nother. I guess.
Do you also think that we're just not supposed to know as well?
I don't know.
I don't think it's that we're not supposed to know. I think it's more the challenge of us finding out, and if we have the abilities to, that's why we're stopped to us. We're allowed to in other areas. So I think it's as we develop and learn and just doing more is being able to do that. But going back to the portals. So look at all the people like up in Washington. There is a mountain up there, Mount Shasta. People go up there and they disappear. There's a portal up there. These people are never able to come back because they've gone through the portal. They're not able to come back.
I thought those were the bodies they were using to make the soda out of.
Shasta. Not the same thing.
Oh, okay. No.
Is that kind of like the same thing different. As like the Bermuda Triangle?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
But you see those people when they come back, they've lost how many years of their life whenever they are able to come back. For me, I think they've gone through a portal and they finally was able to exit that portal, and it's years later.
Where is Mount Shasta?
It's up in Washington.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. That's crazy.
Yeah. People go up there hiking all the time, and if you go alone, a lot of times you get lost.
Wow.
And never come back.
That's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when are we going?
I was gonna say, are we taking a trip?
We can. That'll be our next episode of Para with the Normal. Except Mike goes through.
Okay, that gives me an idea. We'll talk after the show, Mike.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. So I think, there's. I don't know that it's one of those things where maybe we're not meant to know, because I think one of the oldest impulses, one of the, I guess, the purest impulses that you have as a human, aside from survival, to me is games, right? I think games is something that we are intrinsically connected to, whether it be maybe something physical like a board game, maybe you like brain teasers, you like to play video games are huge right now, right? And people learn how to cure cancer or whatever. I mean, in a way, that itself is in itself a game, right? So I look at life as basically just one giant game where we're all playing to win. And but unfortunately, the rules are very complicated. It's like the tax code. And vague. Yeah, it's vague. It's complicated. It feels like it changes from individual to individual, from era to era, and maybe that's part of it too. So I mean, I don't know, but it's tough. But we're in Squid Games for realsies.
I have still not watched that.
Neither have I. I haven't seen that yet.
It's really good. I want to say Beacon TV is. Because we don't have quite the budget, so we're going to release our own version called Octopus Games. I think it's going to be great, though. We'll see.
Okay, we'll have to talk about that one.
Yeah. Instead of trying to cut out the little game piece in that wafer disc, you're just going to have to suck all the salt off of Cheez-It. Yeah. So it'll be different, but.
So speaking of shows, Nick, you referred to that you have a new show coming out or you're working on.
Yes.
You want me to show the flyer that you sent over?
Yeah, if you want to show it.
And tell us about it.
So, Life of Ghost Hunters, get an exclusive behind the scenes look at what it's like to be a ghost hunter. Life of a Ghost Hunter tells you, or pretty much it takes you beyond like any type of investigation. So,
Well,
the
you use the
main,
bathroom.
yeah, right. The main focus of the show is to kind of just show people like what it's like to be a ghost hunter, and how we put stuff together. And I'm just trying to find my flyer on here because I need glasses bad.
Oh, hey,
So
Bill.
um and so pretty much like it shows what we do before the actual ghost hunt, and what we do after the ghost hunt, and then it just shows us going out having a good time because we're normal people. So like it can show us going to amusement parks, going to different conferences, going to anything like that. So how we have it set up is Paranormal on the Tracks is for like our major investigations. So we will show paranormal investigations and all that on YouTube, and then it has thanks, Mike.
What up, Mark?
And what was I saying? Pretty much it'll show
We were
like
talking about theme parks.
theme park, yeah. So Life of Ghost Hunters, like I said, it will just show us kind of like having a good time and all that, but then we'll still have our serious side with Paranormal on the Tracks, which is anything about haunted locations, haunted places, graveyards, and our actual paranormal investigations. But then Life of Ghost Hunters is kind of like the other side, like the human version of what we do and everything. And there's a little bit of comedy and stuff in there. So like it'll show a lot of bloopers because we're like the king of bloopers, I swear. Like we're always tripping going upstairs, not
Have
downstairs.
you met Mike?
Upstairs, yeah, I know, right? Like we trip going upstairs, not downstairs. We have had some of our investigators. Okay, so put it this way. So like, we're live right now. She leans over like this and you hear, "Boop," and then she just planes it like she didn't do it. And I looked and was like, are you kidding? She goes, oh, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything. I was like, bullshit. We just completely saw you. So it's just like little things like that, because, watching paranormal investigations over and over, it can get very, very boring. I've said it before. Paranormal investigations are like watching paint dry. But this is just like a new concept of just showing us like going into an investigation, driving to an investigation, what kind of snacks are we eating? Are we going to Taco Bell? Are we doing this? Our favorite place to always go is Pizza Ranch. Pizza Ranch, it's like a huge buffet. Like a kind of like a Pizza Hut used to be like way back in the day. But there's been numerous times where we've sat in Pizza Ranch, we talk about our investigations and stuff, and we'll just start busting out laughing out of nowhere. Half of us are almost choking on our food and all this kind of stuff. We don't know why. But you know what? It's a good time because I consider everybody on my team family. Everybody's close family. We're all there having a good time. We all have each other's backs. And it's nice to just kind of relax for once,
You need to get them as a sponsor. If you go there after your investigations, get
God,
them
yeah.
as a sponsor.
Ooh, Mark says his group did a prime rib buffet.
Ooh.
There you go.
So I understand you had the opportunity to check out Beacon TV and watch our show.
I did. I thought it was very good. It was a really good concept. And it's different than from anything that's out there right now. And that is exactly what we need. We need stuff that's different. Like I was saying to them, there's an episode where Mike comes in. I won't spoil it, but Mike comes in a very peculiar way. And MaryLynn's just like, are you kidding me? What's going on? Like, and that's the thing. There was still seriousness of the ghost hunt, but then there was that little comedy factor too.
The antics of Mike.
Yep. And that's what we need. I'm not bashing any other ghost show out there. I'm just saying, like, it's good to change it up.
We're doing something different,
right? Yeah. And that's why we're doing our thing too. Like, we want to do something different out there and stuff like that, and still show it on YouTube and all that stuff, and just have people really get a chance to know us and know exactly who we are and what we do.
Exactly. Yeah. Stop twisting the dials. Flick them occasionally. You know.
So for your show, we do have the. If you want to see what everybody likes better.
Yeah. So we were trying to show or choose a new logo for the show. We did choose a logo, but I want to see from the audience what you guys would have chosen.
All right, let's see. All right, we got 5 different Life of Ghost Hunters, and it's okay.
Yeah. So in the chat, if you'll just choose which number that you like the best, we'll go through and see which one everybody seems to like.
Mike says he likes 3.
My personal favorite is number 2. 2 and 4. Like, I think that's Robert. Yeah, Robert just said that.
My only issue with number 3 is it kind of looks like a pig nose that's got boogers coming out of it.
That's true.
I can see what you're talking about.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys do go to the Pizza Ranch, so.
There you go. But we only go to Pizza Ranch like when we're in Wisconsin doing a hunt because they only have Pizza Ranch in Wisconsin.
Is that only a Wisconsin thing?
No, well, like Wisconsin, Minnesota, it's more like way Midwest.
Okay. I've not been to a Pizza Ranch. I've been to a Culver's and a Kroll's.
Culver's, okay, yeah, that's very popular, and I mean up here too, especially in Wisconsin, they're big for Culver's, especially their cheese curds.
Yeah, Kroll's is good too. I like 2. I'm gonna say 2 myself.
Okay.
2, yeah.
Yeah, because I think I'm drawn to number 4.
That's the one that I was really drawn to as well.
Yeah.
Number 4.
My thought process on it is when you shrink it down as a graphics designer, if you shrink it down to a 1x1, can you read it?
Right.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Crystal says she's never had a cheese curd. They are so good.
Yeah.
Especially
that's how you get to make a cheese turd.
You do anyway.
I do. Lacey says 3. She likes the pig nose with the boogers coming out of it.
A lot of people are going to 4. 4, 1. We have 1.
So far I've got 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 2 for 3, and then 3 for 4, and then 1 for 5.
I think we might be discounting number 5 too soon. Because number 5 is also, it's the same thing where it's I think that one would do really good small.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Really easy to see.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Not a lot going on.
Yeah.
Got a number 4 and then a number 2.
Just as long as I can supersize it.
You can supersize it.
There you go. We'll go to McDonald's.
Carrie,
can we get a logo with a ghost sculpt?
There
we have that.
Yeah, that's screamy.
Can we vote multiple times? Sure. Go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you never know. We still may change the look of it because me and my team, we were going back and forth. And we decided on one, but I mean, with this, it's really looking towards like it could be number 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Paul Scott says he likes
taking
1.
the lead.
Thomas Demko says he likes 1 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, number 1 is pulling up.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 5 4s and then just 4 1s.
My only issue with number 1 is I'm gonna put it out there. It feels a little generic.
Yes. The ghost is used a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 4. Got another one for 4.
Okay.
I do dig 4. 4 is pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like
3D letters. I like the colors.
And then Thomas put in for 1 again. He's going to keep saying 1 over and over.
Can you
add a top into number 4?
Oh, there you go. We could. 5 or 4.
Oh, yeah, you could turn the eye into a coffin, probably.
Mm-hmm. And now that I look at 5, I really do like 5 too. Just like the lettering.
Yeah.
Like the little scratches and stuff on there.
It's
1.
more unique.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've stopped counting, Thomas. Because I think I put 3 1s down for him already.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for doing this and helping out with this, because we really want the show to go good. And same with Paranormal on the Tracks. And 6.
Thomas number 6.
So he's
Minus
saying
5.
5 plus 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Or 4 plus 2.
There you go.
I think 5 would look good on a shirt.
It would, yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And it would be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 5. I think 5's gonna win me over.
Yeah, 5 is. Yep. There's another person that said 5.
Yeah, Michelle. We'll see.
So now we're up to 5 on that one.
Asian country.
Dude, help me out.
Derek, help me out, bro. Number 3.
And Mike says number 3.
Okay.
Mike likes pig nose.
I like 4 with a coffin. Okay.
Okay.
4, I like colors. Yep.
Yeah, it's I like the colors of 4, but I like the layout and the simplicity of 5.
Yep.
Yes. That would be really easy to see.
Yeah, especially on something small, but it would look really good on the back of a shirt or something too.
Yep.
Or a hoodie.
See, my issue is like number 2, where I like number 2. The ghost kind of just looks like a sperm. You don't want to get the wrong you don't want to get the wrong example of what you're hunting,
Yeah, right. Life of ghost. Now I get it.
Okay, number 3. Peer pressure. Number 2 is kind of busy.
I can see that.
It is, with all the stuff at the bottom. If you're doing t-shirts and stuff, it's going to be hard for that to print properly. And even number 3 with the stuff down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you go by busyness too, 3 is kind of busy too.
Yeah,
Yes.
with the background. Yeah, I think. Well, and then 1 can be kind of. I don't know. Now that I look at 1, it just looks like the boring, plain. Very plain.
Yeah.
But then I look at 4 and 5, and I was like,
Yeah, those look good. I think 4 looks like it would be cool, like as like a movie title, whereas 5 looks like it would be cool on a shirt.
Yeah.
And you can do more than 1.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely. 4 would look
awesome under a black light. That's where you can do it. Yes, that would be cool. Do it fluorescent.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Or even number 5
on
doing the ghost fluorescent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that would look cool.
Yeah. If you make that the glow in the darky.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of this stuff. So I use I do all this for my phone. I use the app PixArt. It's a great app. I paid $75 for an entire year, and I've been doing it ever since. That's how I make our YouTube thumbnails. That's how I make like a lot of like ads and stuff like that. And it's great. And I think it's a lot easier than using what do you call it? No, I can't think of it.
I use Adobe Photoshop.
Adobe, yeah, Photoshop. That's what I was going to say. For some reason, I can't do Photoshop.
$75 for it?
What was that?
You said you paid $75 for the app?
Yeah, for an entire year.
You realize that's 11,859 Japanese yen?
There we go.
That's
I don't know
so
how
random.
I don't know how I afforded that much, but it must be nice. I don't think 3 is too much. It's faded in the background and it's not bold. Okay.
Yeah, but that fade in the background is just going to come off looking like, wouldn't it just come off look like runny colors, maybe?
Maybe.
I thought you were going somewhere different with
I know,
that.
so did I.
The little sperm in the background.
Random facts with Bilbo. Yep, that's it. Let's narrow it down and vote again. I give it up on one.
I give up on one. Okay, so now that we've talked through it, let's do another vote.
Okay.
You're welcome to change your vote. So which one would you like?
Do, 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 do.
So Mike, which one do you like better? Number 5?
I'm going to go 5.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with 5 as well.
And you sold me on 5 as well. And Mark says 4.
With a coffin.
Wow, now it's really going in there.
Mike says 3.
Bree says 4. Krista says 5.
I just noticed my ring light just died.
Who did?
My ring light.
Oh, I thought you said Ripley.
Thomas said 1 again.
Well played, sir. Well played.
And Lacey is 5.
Lacey's gone to 5. I like it.
But definitely 4.
But definitely 4. Okay.
That's because okay, yeah. You said 4 earlier, so I'm only going to count that once.
Yeah, because you could change like the haunted house and the O to a coffin.
Our dog said 2, so that's 3 votes.
There you go.
So Thomas is changing to 5.
Okay.
So 3 votes for number 2.
And I just noticed it's also kind of weird that number 1 has what looks like chicken feet for hands.
Oh,
I can see
funny.
that, yeah. My cat Dave says 4.
All right. Well, my puppy says 5. No.
Yeah, right.
Well, I have 6
We
dogs,
have
and they all
6
say
dogs, and they all
4.
say 4. So what about who has fish? I mean, you get like thousands of fish.
Yeah.
See, I could see number 4 being like a big magnet on a car.
Right.
As well.
Yes.
And then, 5, I still see shirt, but 5, I also see like a really good thing for YouTube as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's got like that YouTube design in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, if the goal is to show something that's not super serious, where I think 4 looks like, like Haunted Mansion type serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 has more of that loose feel.
Right.
So Thomas says his bird says 5.
Type of a feel. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, 5 is more like laid back and relaxed.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly, what the show's about. And then for your audience, if you guys can, go to our YouTube page, Paranormal on the Tracks. Go ahead and subscribe. My main goal, I know it's going to be, it's kind of crazy, but my main goal, and ever since I was a kid, I've wanted this, is that YouTube silver play button. And the only way to get that is you have to have 100,000 subscribers.
Holy crap. You have to have that many?
100,000. If you want the gold one, you got to have 1 million subscribers. But I mean, right now, we're working up there. We finally just hit 2,000. So I mean, it's something. We're working towards it. But I mean, that's kind of like our main goal too. It's just because when you get that YouTube silver play button, it really shows initiative, and it shows how much hard work you put into these videos and editing. And because I do all the editing on the team, I do all the editing for all the videos, I do all the camera work for all the videos.
And do you think that's why you only have 2,000?
That could be. I think a lot of that is because we did pause for a little bit for making videos and all that. And
yeah, because that's the thing. You have to be consistent with it, because if you do pause, then the audience moves on so quick.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, the best thing to do that really gets you those subscribers is YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
Posting a 30-second video will get you so many subscribers, it's not even funny. Because here's the thing, people have a very short attention span. That's why. They don't want to watch a 5, 10, 15-minute video. But the thing is, you need those 5, 10, 15-minute videos in order to get the 4,000 watch hours that YouTube requires you to get to join the YouTube affiliate program, which we are almost there. We need 1,000 more hours. So we gain the 3,000. We need 1,000 more to get there. And that's really where
I don't know if you saw it, but Mark said if you post it, he'll help promote you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Mark.
Mark.
But yeah, that's where, like, if you're in that affiliate program, they push your videos out there. They get more people to watch. You get more subscribers and everything, and you get paid for some videos as well.
That's true. You can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bree, I'm not great for editing either. MaryLynn, she's working on it. She's doing pretty good.
And everything with editing, same thing I've learned through YouTube. I didn't go to school for it or anything like that. It was all through YouTube because I use Sony Vegas Pro for everything. I tried Adobe and I was like, nope, no more.
I have a bachelor's in graphics design, so I learned how to do the graphics part of it, but they didn't show us how to do or teach us how to do the video. So that's something I've been teaching myself. YouTube has been a lifesaver. It's like if I get stuck on something, it's so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go ahead and play the helicopter video?
I can.
Seems that we're talking about shorts. Well, this isn't really that short. I guess 5 minutes.
There you go.
I think so, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Mike G, MaryLynn. We are on the Battleship New Jersey in New Jersey, and we're here to talk about this awesome piece of equipment. Now, what not a lot of people know, helicopters weren't originally called helicopters. They're called ornithopters. Before they were called ornithopters, they were called hippopotamonomers. None of those names stuck, so they decided helicopter was a lot easier to say and pronounce for people, so that's kind of what they went for. One of the first things they put that was instrumental for these things to take flight was this blinky light down here. That's how you know, because red means fast. So that's how you know that this was a fast piece of machinery, because the light was on.
I thought red means stop.
And what about Ferraris?
It's on the tail light.
But Ferraris are red.
That's the red color.
And red means fast, right? And you see a red light, and you're going through the intersection, what do? You punch it.
I stop.
You should
punch it.
Because it means go. You got to go a lot faster.
Okay.
Right? So that's what that means. So the other thing here is this incredible nose. Now, what they would do with this nose, like on most aircraft, this is where they would put a lot of the instrumentation, like the computers and things like that. However, it's not necessary on a helicopter. So they would actually store this with provisions, MREs, donuts, other types of snack foods, snack-like materials, so you could make your own type of snack foods, like uncooked pasta. That way you just put a little bit of hot water in, but you need a place to store the uncooked pasta. That would be right in here. And he would tell you, don't push, you'll break all the pasta, right? So it's really important. So we'll come around here. And it actually says, please don't touch the aircraft, which I just did, so I may have broken the law, but that's fine. They know me here. I'm very famous. So next, rescue. You'll notice here it says rescue. So what happens, a lot of times, the pilots will get stuck inside the helicopter, and nobody could figure out how to get them out. Well, now there's a sign that says, hey, rescue me here. This is where I'm stuck. Pull the lever, let me out, dude. So that was kind of what that was for. So it's really important. And here's another thing a lot of people don't know. Helicopters also, they drove everywhere. You didn't just fly a helicopter, you drove them. You could drive them on the city streets. That's why the That's why the blades go in like this, so you can take them down the road. Maybe you want to go to a McDonald's drive-through. You land, and you still got to go through the drive-through, so they put wheels. See, look, there's wheels. The wheels are so you can continue to drive.
Mike, these are not roadworthy.
Oh, look at that. That's real rubber.
That is real rubber,
That's
but
real
it's not
rubber.
roadworthy.
What do you mean it's not roadworthy? There's 4 wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, 5 wheels. That's 1 more wheel than a car. Right? Wow. Right? The information we're getting today. Incredible. Next is this beware of blast. So you might immediately think that would have something to do with the engines. It's not. It actually has something to do with the methane fuel. So if you got too close, you lit a smoke, it would go up like a fart in an elevator, right? So you had to be careful. It's very important to be careful around these things. So the other thing that I want to point out here that you might not know is they had to make sure that they knew that this was for the Navy, because there were a bunch of different branches of the military. Unfortunately, the Army folk couldn't read well. Okay, so they had to make sure that it was really big. Okay, really big Navy. Hey, don't get on this one. It's not yours. It's the Navy's. Okay, very important there. Okay. Next, there's a bunch of letters and numbers. That's all gibberish. It meant nothing. They just did that to confuse the enemy, right? They think it was something incredible. It wasn't. The other thing that I would really like to point out is this right here. So the reason why they use these incredible colors was their ode to McDonald's, because they would take them through the drive-through, right? So you want to be able to match the colors to say, hey, we belong, okay? We love you guys. Give us a free Big Mac.
So is that how they came up with the arches?
Yes, it was from this. The arches, so the helicopter could fit between the arches, right? So also they could.
What about the red light up there?
Also means fast. In case you weren't looking down, you were looking up. Oh, hey, that thing is going fast. Very important. And now we know.
No.
And knowing is half the battle. Go, Joe.
Wow.
I have a question for you. How were everybody else's faces and reactions when you were saying all that stuff?
Oh,
nobody was paying attention.
Yeah, and when they
would have
do,
overheard you, especially with driving through McDonald's and all that kind of stuff. How do you think they would react?
Well, we did have a few people that walked by kind of looking at us like, what are y'all doing? But they kept walking. And I think most of them know who Mike is, so they just went with it.
yeah, and there will be times like when we did the like the mine tour, and we filmed that. You know, sometimes we have to do multiple takes because you know, people filming or watching will ruin the take by laughing or so.
Well, the mine tour, we didn't have to redo anything, but there's
No,
other stuff that.
Yeah, like the show, a lot of stuff on the show. We have to change takes a lot because of laughing mostly. The cameraman has been guilty. The director's been guilty. Producers have been guilty. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So I actually have a video on my phone of Shane because we were doing, and he actually does, because he's laughing so hard, he does a face plant on the bed because we're doing our outtakes in a hotel room.
Yeah.
But just the way, you know, laughing and stuff. So we have a lot of fun and just all the different stuff that Mike comes up with. You never know what is going to happen.
Oh, jeez. Well, that tells me how Broadhead's going to be.
We're going to have so much fun.
Yes.
I can't wait for Paranormal Rockdown. It's going to be great. Mm-hmm. If you do not have your tickets yet, folks, figure it out. Get down there. You can fly right into Madison. It's going to be, what is it, July
18th and 19th.
18th, 19th, yeah.
Yes.
And we'll be doing that and then heading to Gettysburg.
Well, hello.
Yes, hi, Annie.
Hello, Annie. I know. We're right about to log off. Nick, any last words, sir?
Thank thank you so much for having me on the show. Definitely had a great time. This is, like I said, this is a very unique thing that you guys are doing, and I love it. I think it's great. I think a lot more people need to, do stuff like this, especially add some comedy and stuff. With the world how it is now, where everything is, there's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of everything going on. There needs to be some, good times in there and in comedy, and it's a good thing that you guys are definitely bringing that to the table and stuff.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. And Nick, we're very excited for all of your new shows. They're going to be amazing, incredible. We already know you've got the voice of an angel.
Yeah, right.
And
I don't know about that one.
we're all very excited for your special on Attila.
On Attila. I may just have to do a special on Life of Ghost Hunters just for you on Attila the Hun.
I would love it. I would love it. I'm sure I would learn so much.
I don't know. Well, I don't know about that because I got to learn first.
We can all learn together.
There you go.
Please follow Nick. And again, thank you. Sharing is caring. We appreciate everybody that watches our show. We actually will be back on Friday with a very special show. Who are our guests on Friday?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I haven't even looked to see.
What? You're kidding.
I'm sorry.
It is Brian.
Oh, Brian Fuller. Yes.
Yes.
Brian and Meredith. Sorry about that. I had to redo their banner.
So you guys want to tune in for that. It's a very special. It will be same time, 5:00 on Friday. Love Brian. It's going to be great to have him on the show. And, maybe we'll see what his thoughts are on Attila the Hun.
There you go. He probably knows more than I do.
Well, now that he's got a heads up, he may look into it.
Yeah, what did I have? Like 2 hours? That's it.
Right? It's all it takes.
Right?
All right, I'm going to play the outro, but Nick, thank you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks again,
Thank you, guys.
And thank you, everybody that came to watch.